The girl had been engaged to the prince since childhood, but the prince only saw her as a tool for war. He even used their engagement to cover up his forbidden love with his own sister. When Annie found out the truth, he killed her on the spot. But to her surprise, she was reborn on the very day she got engaged to the prince. Afraid that the same tragedy would happen again, Annie randomly pointed at someone and said she would marry that person instead. Everyone was shocked, and the prince's face turned dark. At that moment, Kevin spoke up. Annie was startled, and when she saw his face clearly, she realized she had just confessed to the Demon King from her previous life. Kevin accepted Annie's confession, and Annie was so scared that she fainted. When she woke up again, she found herself in a strange room. Kevin asked if she was feeling okay, then suddenly knelt on one knee and told Annie to propose to him again, because he wanted to make sure that everything from last night wasn't just a dream. Annie didn't expect the former Demon King to be so childish. Just then, the prince suddenly broke in with his soldiers. He demanded that Annie explain what had happened last night. Annie didn't answer. Seeing that, Kevin tried to take Annie to another room, but the prince tried to stop him. Unexpectedly, Kevin said just one sentence, and everyone froze in fear. The prince realized he was no match for Kevin, so he could only stand there as Kevin held Annie in his arms. To keep Annie from being disturbed again, Kevin used teleportation magic and brought her onto a ship. He planned to set sail back to his country. Annie nervously asked if Kevin really intended to marry her, since she was only 10 years old, but Kevin said he would. Annie asked him why. Kevin explained that Annie, like him, had strong magical power, and that she was his ideal partner. Annie was speechless when she heard that. She said what she said at the banquet was a lie, that she had only been joking. Hearing this, Kevin looked disappointed. At that moment, a white dragon suddenly appeared. It laughed at Kevin, mocking him for falling for a 10-year-old girl. Kevin got angry and started arguing with the dragon. Even though he was upset, Kevin still thanked Annie for giving him a short but beautiful dream. Seeing Kevin sad because of her, Annie thought marrying him might not be such a bad idea after all, so she apologized to him and said she was willing to marry him. Hearing that, Kevin happily hugged Annie. Her face turned bright red. Then Kevin promised that once Annie grew up, he would marry her. After that, he put a ring on her finger. Faced with such sudden happiness, Annie didn't know what to do. Just then, the ship was suddenly attacked by cannon fire. Kevin wanted to fight back, but he got seasick. Seeing that, Annie stepped forward. She used her magic, lifted the entire ship with her hands, and threw it away before the cannons could fire. Then she punched the cannons and destroyed them. Somehow, Annie had thrown the ship all the way to Kevin's country. Because Kevin's seasickness was so bad, the soldiers quickly carried him away. Then a young girl ran over in a panic. The white dragon explained that she was the daughter of the local lord and also Kevin's fiancé. The girl walked up to Annie and said she was the one most suited to be Kevin's fiancé. She told Annie to stay away from him. Then she turned and left.